Hey guys. Hey, hopefully this is 7:15 on start. Uh, it's me. It's Trent. I'm completely whatchamacallit, like laid back right now. Well, not laid back. I actually apologize for whatchamacallit last week. Just pretty tired back then, and now I'm a lot better and got water, no pollen, stuff like that. Looking forward to doing this one, guys. This is a subject communicating with your subject. Let me start it up real quick. Let me see here. Entire screen. Perfect. All right, guys. Before we start, let me make sure all the testing's going through. 1 second. All right, people are on. Good. Checking it out. I'm going to make sure everyone can hear me. If you guys don't mind a second, I'll ask Johnny real quick if everything's sounding good. Johnny, sounding good. You think we would do these tests, but there's really not an easy way to do it until it starts. All right. Okay, guys. A lot of new faces on this one, so I'm really excited for those who signed up, and this is your first meet and shoot event. Remember, meet and shoot members, or you need to pay your meet and shoot membership to go ahead and to be able to watch all of these and just have an archive to it. So as always, much appreciated if you guys, for any new members, if you guys go ahead and pay your membership, and also any old members, if you think your membership is running out, because we really don't keep track of the dates, please go ahead and just uh, renew your membership whenever you want. All right, guys, going to the next slide here. As always, hosts and sponsors. We have Aperture Rent. You guys know them. Great rental company based out of Sandy Springs. Oscar, owner of the company, is amazing. If you rent from them, use the code MEETSHOOT10, and you will get 10% off your 10% off your order. Great studio up in Alpharetta, Photoplex Studios. Only $50 gets you 3 hours. That's an insane price if you guys think about it. For the first month, you get 3 hours for $50, and it is a full-fledged commercial studio, and there's even lighting and all that there too that you could rent. So if you want a great studio location, definitely get it from there. And Houston at LNS Attorney at Law, great lawyer. Just if you guys need any lawyerly advice, talk to them. Consultations are free. Check it out when you have a chance. Couple other slides. Your host, me. Been been a photographer for a while. Teaches a bunch of things about photography, and there's my website right there. Big thank you, guys. Been doing this for a while. Love it. You guys know I don't really do much introduction on myself. Or if you don't really know who I am, feel free to find me, talk to me, and let's get to know each other. All right, guys. Upcoming events. May 23rd, we have our on-location boudoir glamour shoot. It's going to be a great one. It's been up on the meetup.com page for a little bit. If you want any more information, just go to meetup.com to find it out, or find it there. April 28th is a member event. It's going to, or sorry, not a member event. It's one of our casual shoots. Got a lot of great models. It's inspired by the Silk Road, so pretty much fashions from the Persian Empire, China, I would say Italy, stuff like that. Anything within the Silk Road, inspired by that, and more. Actually, it's more in the past, though we make a few concessions and do local clothing from that general area, but we'll see from there. Sorry, I just got this message from Travis. He's like, "You're the luckiest dude out there." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But anyways, May 13th, watch Trent edit and do stuff. I was talking to a few of the guys last night, and lo and behold, it was really shocking when they were like, "Hey, it's just fun watching you edit and talk about the stuff and showing us why you do what you do." And so this May 13th member event, streaming event, is just that. I will shoot that morning. I will set up a shoot. I have no idea who it's going to be just yet because nothing's set up yet, and I will not edit them until the presentation that night. It's just going to be very much by the seat of the pants type presentation where I import the images in, I show what I do there, I explain that, then I edit the photos, I publish it for the web, I talk about why I did that stuff while you guys are there watching and asking, and so forth. All right, April 11th. This one's an exciting one for me. If you're interested in learning studio photography at all, this is the class for you to take. I will only use one light, and I will explain everything about lighting that you need to know with one light. It's a workshop. It's on a week, or sorry, it's on a Saturday, and you come out. There's a model, and I will show you. And that's explain why lighting works, how lighting works, the things that you need to look for when it comes to lighting, how to get creative and amazing results using just one light, and concluding with shooting outside with the studio light and combining it with ambient lighting. And so it's more than one light in the end of it, but you're just working with one studio light. So check out meetup.com for more information. We mentioned this a few times in the last couple of presentations, and also in person. We have something really, really, really neat that we're looking forward to handing out to people, and or sorry, just getting out there. So it's photography tips and trick cheat cards. Essentially, they're weatherproof, tear resistant, weather resistant cards that you put on the side of your camera bag that has everything you really need to, or actually has a cheat list of things to look for when you're having both problems in the field, and also if you need any like sort of creative help. One of them is actually going to include a lot of what's going to be in this class plus more, and that's the portraiture tips, where we give suggestions on what to look for proposing and so forth. But once again, it's flashcards, weather resistant, tear resistant, meant to go on the side of your camera bag, very easy to use. And if you go to meetup.com, you will see a pre-order list. Just sign up for it. Once you sign up for it and you pay for it, you'll get it shipped to you, or you'll get it sent to you. Hopefully by May, I believe it's May 15th. I got to look at the date again, but it's been a little bit here, so I haven't checked in a while. One-on-one classes are still on sale, guys. If you guys want a one-on-one class with me, get in contact with me at trent@trentchau.com, and we cover everything you need to know about photography. The sessions are about 2 to 2.5 hours. We don't want to inundate you with too much information, so it's just more of a yep, 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 and you're not really learning anything. 2 hours to 2.5 hours is what I consider the perfect amount of time for you to be able to really, really learn what you need to know about photography, photo editing, software, lighting, and more. Even model are working with models. If you want anything extra like working with models, you will have to pay for that. But the session itself is only $100 per session. If you want to buy in bulk, talk to me, and we can work out something even better price wise for you. All right, so now let's talk about what we're covering today, guys. But one second, let me make sure. Before we go ahead and move too much further, guys, remember, if you go to Facebook and look up Trent Chau, TRENTCHAU, and you want to ask a question while this presentation's going, feel free to write me there. I will respond back as soon as I can, or on the air. But send me a message via Facebook. I'm checking that on my computer to the right, and as I give this presentation. All right, guys, so communication with your subject here. When it comes to taking portraits, being able to talk to and communicate with your subject can make a world of difference between an okay shot and a great shot. By establishing that connect between the subject and the photographer, you can transfer a subtext and story into those viewing your images. So yeah, like when you are able to communicate really well with your subject, it really, to the viewers who will see your photos, it really reflects in the eye contact that your subject is giving you, or sort of their underlying persona. When someone, something I like telling when I used to teach a lot of classes, something I like telling my intro photography students is one of the coolest things is not when someone looks at your photo, but when someone reads your photo. They're looking at it and they're scanning it and they're seeing all these little subtext things, and are just underlying things that really make them enjoy the photograph. And so being able to communicate your subject, they can get that extra connect that can make a photo stand out. So in this online lecture, Trent will give you some tips and tricks on what to do to help better your communication with your subject and hopefully get more engaging photos. One second. All right. So here's some of the things we're going to cover today, guys. The do's and don'ts of subject interaction. I'm going to go ahead. There's a bullet list a little bit later where we talk about, hey, Try this, try this, try this, and also a let's avoid that because that might not be the best thing to do. All right, so also keeping the flow of your shoots smooth and stress free. Impact pointers that bring great results when it comes to communication, how to communicate with new and experienced models, be better than your peers who haven't taken this event. Yes, it's true. There's going to be stuff in here that's going to really help you up your game and honestly, actually really impress those around you. And as always, more tips and tricks abound. Something that's not a bullet point on this is there is a slide a little bit later that talks about posing your model. So we're going to cover a little bit of that, but not a glaring or not a huge amount because unfortunately we do teach a class on posing that we get very in depth on, and I can't cannibalize too much from that one. All right, guys, before we go on, I do want to understand, or I do want to go ahead and note that there is different personality types between us. So a lot of the advice given here isn't the end all be all. Our personality types end up altering our interaction with other subjects and our peers. So you're going to hear me talk a lot about what my personal experiences are. I tried to make it as objective as possible, but a lot of times there's been just a couple of things where this is how I experienced it. This is how I'm going to say it. I don't know if it's going to be 100% the same way for you, but take it as it is and use your personality type there to see how you would interact in that situation. So I won't ask anyone to alter their core personality, but something I do highly suggest is to get used to being a complementary personality to the person you are engaged with. And so if you have a subject and they tend to be a shy type and you're a shy type too, take control of the situation, be a little bit more outgoing. If your subject is already outgoing and very full of energy, don't be introverted, but just be a little bit more subdued and just be a little bit more receptive to them. So with the third paragraph here, if the subject is introverted, make an effort to be more outgoing. If they are outgoing, don't be shy, but be receptive. One of our jobs as photographers is to create the atmosphere for the shoot, and that is our domain. So it's important to be aware of our responsibility as a photographer, guys. That we create the domain and the atmosphere. We invite people into it, but we do actually run the show because it's just that's our responsibility. And so when you're dealing with, let's say, people who are very energetic and outgoing, you don't have to be energetic and outgoing, but you should be receptive to them, and you should actually sort of be able to herd them into into getting what's done. So you want to be in this mental state that this is your domain. This is what, one of your responsibilities is controlling the situation. So if that's not the personality type that you have, don't worry about it. Just practice it though, because in the end all be all, if you're a photographer, you're the decision maker. So you got to get used to that. And you got to practice it and you got to get comfortable with that. You don't have to make all the decisions, but you just have to be aware that ultimately in the end, you're responsible for a lot of the decision making. Okay, so one of the first things to do is define why are you a photographer. Try defining why you love photography, what you love doing as a photographer. You are the anchor in this chaotic storm that is a photo shoot. If you have a better idea of what you want out of yourself as a photographer, it begins to show in your work and your direction. In many ways, this is what people say is creating a style. That's one aspect of it. But the main thing about this one is figure out why you like doing photography. In this case, we're mostly portrait oriented, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move it to that. But it's when you have a more cohesive idea of what you want to do and so forth, it becomes to be a little bit more easier to just sort of translate that to or you know work with someone with that. And so models and subjects respond really well to someone who isn't necessarily cocky but confident and well defined in what they want or has a good idea. So most good communication with a subject begins with a good understanding of yourself. Figure out what you want
Am I? Let's see if it's live right now. I don't know. Hey guys, I don't know if you're getting this or not, but Comcast just went down at the house, so I'm having to jump on